Hello riders and nerds. Today on the vlog I am on CB650 again, testing Honda e-clutch, this time in the beautiful British weather. I'm riding from Brighton to central London, proper rush hour traffic, riding in the rain and coming to Windsor. The castle is behind me. Supposed to be a gorgeous view, but I think it's still gorgeous in the way. Wet. My hands are wet already. I think my feet will be wet very soon. And we are only about 20 minutes into a ride. It's gonna be very wet couple days, but still it will be enjoyable. I mean, if you want to ride a lot, you will end up, especially in this country, you will end up riding in the rain. And I heard that the last year Honda had an event in Scotland and it was raining badly. They decided to have it started down at the most south point in Brighton, and it's raining again. So I guess they're just bringing that cloud with them everywhere. This is a real life test for CB650 with a knee clutch. A very real life. We made it to a British pub, and we who live in England, we obviously... Kate, do you know what is British pub? Because I think some guests from Germany might not know.
Ah, okay, right.
So would you say this represents very well British pub?
Yeah, and but see, a northern British pub for me is very laddie, very oi oi. This isn't like that. This is like a southern British pub. This is very nice. This is very relaxing. This is beautiful. Lots of plants. Yeah, it's good vibes.
Yeah, like posh British pub. Posh. So we are in the posh British pub, and I'm just about to have the posh British tea as well, which is like this. It comes like that with a little biscuit, not the gingerbread. It might look very, very bad, guys, but it's quite enjoyable, to be honest. I'm wearing full waterproofs and got inner gloves as well, and it's not that... Obviously I would rather ride in the sunshine and in the dry, but it is as it is, and it's a good test for a bike, and it's a good just more extreme, I would say, than in the sunshine when it's perfect riding conditions that I had in Lithuania when I was riding Honda CB650 with an A clutch. And once again, I'm getting used to the clutch pretty quickly, learning things like using rear brake if I need to tip a little bit. So instead of a clutch, I'm using a little bit of a rear brake when I feel like I need a little bit more of a stability kind of thing. And it's fun. It's a fun ride. And now we are going to the bike shed. Wow. We have a proper shitty British weather. Having a choice what roads and weather condition to ride, I believe majority of us wouldn't choose that. Not a motorway and not the traffic, and definitely not in the rain. However, how many of us ended up riding in this situation like this? And this is why I was happy being able to test ride a press bike in the conditions that are very real and very common, especially if you're riding in England, especially if you live near the big city. I'm really getting used to it. Even in the dramatic situations, I haven't grabbed the clutch, so it doesn't take long, and it's super nice. It's impressive that this technology just been introduced, and it will be amazing once it will be developed further. Really impressive. As much as it's awful to get to that very heart of a city, riding straight in the center, I really don't mind. It's so beautiful. It's like sightseeing on the motorcycle. Amazing. From when I rode CB650 in Lithuania, yeah, in UK, I put it into a proper real life test, riding through the rain and fog, hardly seeing anything, riding in London, central London traffic, and getting into the central London through all the traffic. It's definitely different from riding nearly empty roads in the beautiful sunshine in Lithuania. And I fell in love with the bike even more. It is so easy to ride and so forgiving. And the clutch, I was trying to use an e-clutch most of the time. Like I was trying to use it all the time despite the situation, and that's why probably sometimes it was a little bit difficult, because it requires time to properly get used to and get rid of an old habit of using a clutch, and also to feel the throttle sensitivity. As I mentioned on my GoPro, going slow speed, sometimes if I couldn't feel the throttle enough, I was using rear brake to help instead of using a clutch, and that worked a treat. So basically you can forget the clutch lever forever. You can use just the throttle, just the brakes, and obviously a shifting peg, but not the clutch, and it works very well. I mean, the more you ride it, the more you get used to it. Sometimes I kicked into the neutral, which happens on the different bikes that you ride. You have to find this kind of how much you have to kick in, and on this you have to like properly kick in. It happened to me going downshifting and never upshifting, so it's something like I have to properly like stomp on it. Bye. People already think that it's always raining in London, so...
You can't shoot in this, it's absolutely time.
This is London in the rain. That's exactly how you expect the city to look. No, it's not always raining here, but it rains today all day, unfortunately. And now we're heading to Windsor Castle, which is just about an hour in the rain. Rainproofs are back on. Gloves are still wet. Apart from gloves, I'm pretty good, like have patches on my t-shirt, but it's not too bad because I'm wearing two waterproof jackets, one underneath and one on the top. The only bike that I like riding and filtering in London with is my bike, because it's so loud, because it's custom, because it's mine, because I know it, because I know where I can squeeze, because I know how to change the lever and where to get one. This is good for filtering. It's definitely great for city traffic, but rush hour in London is not a fun place to be. It lasts forever, that traffic. Jesus. Wow. What a gorgeous end to the day. Maybe it started not the best weather, but look at the glorious views we have this evening of the Windsor Castle and Little Windsor town. Beautiful. Life is beautiful, guys. Life is beautiful.
What a day! Everything that bikers normally don't want. Starting from the pouring rain and the fog in the morning, very wet riding conditions, to the very heavy central London traffic and the rain again. We got everything. But I believe
if you can ride a motorcycle in these conditions, you definitely will enjoy it on the beautiful country lanes in the sunshine. I'm very glad that today was the opposite from what I did before on CB650 in Lithuania, when I had a sunny weather, when I had an empty road, when I had a beautiful, perfect everything. It was great to see how I will feel riding this in heavy traffic and riding it in a very heavy rain as well. And it was great. It was great, and it was even better to test it like this, because then I had made my decision. I had made my mind if I would like to have a bike like this in real life, because in real life you don't have a sunshine every day, not in this country definitely, and even west up in Scotland. And this is a perfect bike. If you are a commuter, definitely in the traffic, it's just so much easier when you don't have to use a clutch. And again, if you forget or if you feel more comfortable by using it, it switches on and off without any trouble, as you can see in today's video. As well as it behaves so nicely on the wet weather conditions. I haven't skid or skip a beat even once riding through the rain, riding through the fog. It took me through the challenging day, the challenging trip, and I think I like it even more. Now I'm looking forward to try CBR650 tomorrow, where we're leaving Windsor and going to Goodwood Revival, and afterwards coming back to Brighton. I haven't ridden CBR650 before, so that will be a very new experience for me, and that will be a full experience. Hopefully the weather will be better and I will get to ride in the beautiful country lanes and a little bit of a sunshine. I hope so. Keep your fingers crossed for me, and I'll see you on the next one.